Hello all and welcome back. So, next part. It is night time on the server as we can see. We dropped some gear off. We need to get the rest of that flag built. So we're going to need another... Never ending, isn't it? Damage. Keep that. We're not going to go far, so we'll go local. See if we can get ourselves another pickaxe. Okay, we'll go out in a second. Should soon be morning in game because we have it sped up. So we've got that and that. We need a bit more ammo. The rifle. Mag, that'll do. Need some 2.2 ammo. Have we used up all our 2.2? We might have used it all up, you know. Nope, another box there. There we go. Mag's reloaded. I'll give you some MDGs. Our emergency. Fine. Footwear's okay. That needs repairing. Dealt with. Drop that off. We're keeping that in case we find a sharpening stone because that will solve our problem. There's only one more run of rocks that we need. Drop that off. You could arguably drop that off. That's still pristine. So I think we're okay. I think we're good to go. We need that. So you want it basically in the back of this. But then if you drop the sides down and obviously wall it off, you've got in the top 150 slots and inside the tent 150 slots. So you've got 300 slots of storage there. And there'll be a flag entrance here We'll put a wall up there, wall across here, and build an airlock. And this then just becomes a storage area. Start checking. Sun will be up soon. Here it comes. We might have to push further afield down to the next town. Yeah, we've searched this a lot, so let's just grab a few more supplies and push down to the next town. Obviously, with more supplies comes less of storage to store other things in, but so we're going to need some food. Use up that, it doesn't have a lot. Take that with us. Spare one of those. Okay, swing these the easy way around. That'll do. Got a water bottle on us. We could do with some Puri tabs. There. Bandages there. We also need more bandages, so it's probably worth popping down to the next town anyway. Emergency first aid kit. Okay. Good enough for me. There we go. And these are now starting to grow. Yeah, we've searched this town over and over and over again. So, next town it is. Same thing, we need a sharpening stone and or a pickaxe, and that will then get us what we need. We can get the flag up then, which would be good. We are now only 4 parts away, this part and 3 others, from the end of this season. It'll be a 10-part season. That's covered the basics of vanilla building, hopefully. We'll have a flag up by that point. Or vanilla basic survival. The next season will more than likely be 1.23 on Chernarus. But that being said, we're going to be playing as a team on 1.23 on Chernarus. So rather than a season, that might be a wipe in live that you get instead. By the time you watch this episode, that might be up. So it's always worth checking my live channel. See what VODs are up there and what videos have been recorded. As soon as we find a sledgehammer, we'll go for home, or a sharpening stone. I say that, but we'll probably loot a bit more before we go for home. Once we've got the flag up, we can sort the base out. build a cooking area and an ammo area and all that sort of stuff. Storage areas. We can start to get other walls up because they're protected. We've got the nails to do it, so we might as well. I'll probably stay this side of the river. Search this house, hit the police checkpoint for some ammo. We do need to find a replacement pistol, 2.2, because our one isn't very well. That's even better. That'll solve that problem. Right, so gun cleaning kit into hand. Drag pistol onto it. This goes back to worn. Worn, pristine. It's fine. Stick that up there. Rifle's still fine. We can't take it any higher than worn on the server. There we go. Pistol won't be jamming for a while. Mags might, but pistol won't. Stuck in a tree. He might come to me. Right, MVG's leaving now. Sun's up enough. Go and check this shed and then hit the place checkpoint. Up the barbed wire. We'll turn it into normal wire should we need to. And then we could always set a rabbit trap. Something I've never done, but supposedly will catch you a bunny. There's the prisoner bed. Oh, that was stupid. No, it's a copper. Oh, waste of ammo that was. Jump on the battery. The only thing I need batteries for me is MVGs, which we don't have. There's a Z to push that into the field. So let's swing round, take that Z first. Another one. Distance. Range mags before we get dead man's clip. Don't want that. Don't want that. Don't want sunglasses. Sunglasses, if you wear them, do that. Depending on the colour of them. Slight tint. So if you've got God Ray's problem, sunglasses are your cure. Take some spare brass knuckles. Where's the other Z? Okay, but helm. Go across and search this town. There is a police checkpoint up here, so I'll have to be a little bit punchy about it. Let's be sensible. So this mag is damaged, so clean it. Now it's worn. So again, less likely to jam. I'd still like to replace the pistol or have a spare pistol. There's some farm buildings here that are worth checking. And the building site over there. Don't tend to get a lot of loot off them, but the little there is. And then we can push down that road there to take us to the next town. Still there. More garden lime. This field does have a lot of Z spawn on it. So if you can, clear the Zeds before they become a problem, or leave them. So they give you protection against someone else. So he's coming for me now. Or is he? Torch. Throw it on the ground. You can check straight away whether it's got a battery in it then. Okay, now we can search the buildings and outhouses. A few more Zeds to deal with when we're in there. New leather repair kit, worth having. Don't want the 380 ammo. Bin that off. Damaged, but always repair it back to some level. Move this up to here. Basically, if we find the tools that we need to be able to put them straight into the backpack without a problem. Now, historically, these have never been brilliant. But worth a check in our current state. They're building, so they're industrial. What I hate is you can't see onto the top of all of them. Okay, so we will check them all though today because we're trying to get that flag up. Wish DayZ, also BI, would do an update to base building. Give a third tier of bricks, because there are bricks around. And make it something like this to collect your bricks from. No, tier 1 metal, tier 2 brick. So tier 1 wood, tier 2 brick, tier 2 metal, tier 3 brick. And do something like when you go to tier 3 you can only raid doors, but make it that you need a lot of bricks. So I'm hitting R. Nothing's happening. Why is that? For some reason, just wants to be dragged today. DayZ. And we'll move on down. Next town does have a police checkpoint in it, but there's stuff either side of the river for us to check, so it's quite useful. Barrel. Now you should be able to get on a vanilla server about 7 days of real time before your walls will despawn if you don't have a flag up. So my suggestion is on a vanilla server, get your wall up first, gate, protect your base, then build your flag. So see, we've put the code lock on and then taken the code lock off and put it to be burnt because we don't need to show that every time you run in and out. We know how it works, and there's your first boost. Viable hat. Five, 6. That sickle is worn. That one is pristine. I'll throw away the worn. Take the pristine with us. It's an emergency knife. Should we need it? There's another copper there. There are a lot of coppers here. Don't want a spade. That we do want. Now we're going to search the mill. Might get something useful out of it. Have our jacket damaged, pristine. We'll take that one, we'll swap it over later. Something in there. Bolt mag, not interested. We'll check the train station. Seems to be working okay so far. What I sort of expected this run to be. Camnet will take, because I can show you how they work. Bit of food. Got so much weight on us now. Policeman in the field. Pushed quite a way out. That's good. Okay, so that's 30 slots. Currently, our jacket is 42. We'll stay with our jacket. Working car, just needing parts. Another water bottle, I'll take that for a silencer. Rangefinder I don't want. I mean, they're useful if you're a snipery type player. We'll cross over and we'll do that side as well, looking for sledgehammer. Sorry, pickaxe. Or sledgehammer actually. Sledgehammer will get you rocks, just not a lot. You can't sharpen them. And we're running through to not give the Zeds a chance to respawn. The crisps. Take the back of the lorry. Don't want that. Actually, we've got one. Okay, push our way down. Now Zeds spawn about there and spread out. So again, it's one of those situations that you try and remember where Zeds spawn in the towns that you're going into on a regular basis, or all of the towns if possible. I really want to get the flag built, so for the last part we can push up to the best spawn town in the game. But to do that we're going to need some supplies and gear. It'll be a little mission. Checking sheds and industrial. Here we go. Get in there, I want to check. thought there was a shed in here. Was he not? So Zeds are down there, and over there, and behind me. So as you're running, press 1, switch to your knife or backup weapon, and then back away. Try and spot them before they spot you. There he goes. 2 of them. So we're going to flank. Leave them down there if you can. Okay. Come back in now. Start working through the next bits. There's a well in this town, but we don't really need it. Where's Zed? Screwdriver will take. If you're on modded on PC, screwdrivers often you use for unpacking things like lockers. See, we'll take the sledge. Not brilliant, but it won't be enough to get what we want, but it's a bit more. It's a timer. Yeah. We don't want a timer. There's a Z that's been triggered, probably by me. That was a really bad shot. So switch to your knife. Makes a massive difference having a better condition press vest on. Get these mags loaded. Must be running low on ammo as well for them. These outhouses. 3.7 you don't want. When you check these, always check behind the door. Sometimes those fridges will have items spawn on them that you miss. Really bad spawns this time because we got a sledgehammer. But it isn't ideal. .357 ammo I'm not at all interested in. There's a Z. Barrel. So we got a little bit of loot out of that, but nothing really spectacular. tin of food open. On to the next town. Normal, drag it down here. We get a sledge now, or a pickaxe. We'll go home, see if that's enough. I think a sledge will get to about 3 rocks. We need 12, don't we? So that's 3. We'll probably get 3 more out of the, maybe 2 more out of the what we've got. So we need another pickaxe or a sharpening stone. It's a shame. That's life. So the idea with these series is to do, as I said, this 10-part series is, it's going to be the very basics. I don't want it to get too boring and carry on forever, seeing we're playing on a single player server. And it's more to be as maybe learning experiences. In a safe environment. Safer, we haven't got people shooting at us. And then I'll move on to, still in a safe environment, doing other things. So we can start to look at other maps. They're always interesting. And we can look at the best base building areas, and we can fly around the maps a little bit using some admin tools. And we can find how you would construct bases in certain areas. And we'll move on to more of that sort of content as the pre-recorded stuff. You know, I'll never do the 10 best bases on Chernarus. There's no such thing. The best base is what you've got and what you build with it. As long as you follow some basic rules, you can build good bases all over. Depending on what you need out of a base as well, because some people need somewhere for an 8-person team to live, yeah, and they're full-on PvPers. They raid people and get raided, so they need to be thinking about security more than maybe somebody that plays on a PvE server that raiding's weekends only, or a solo player, a small team. So as a team, we normally play on 5-person max servers, where explosives are really hard to come by, where it's quite close to vanilla, sort of vanilla with a few extras. I code lock some explosives basically. You need a map for the map to work and stuff like that. And we tend to play Chernarus with it, just because we know it. Now this is quite a good location for a base, for a small team, but you'd want to do it with a team. So, gate off this, lock it, build up your supplies in here, and then actually use this as your main camp. And once you've got your supplies in place, wall across there, wall across there, wall and wall and wall, so people can't shoot you through those. Build an airlock here, an airlock here. Maybe join the two together, or keep them completely separate. You know, make this as your first base in inverted commas, but where you keep your vehicle, and then bury your loot in boxes out here under the reeds. Your good loot. You know, the best thing to do when building a base that I've found over the years is allow for the fact that you will get raided. Always work on the fact that I'm going to get raided. It's all going to go wrong. We'll have that. Don't have a rifle of that caliber yet. Fair fishing hook will take. And bury. So if you're playing on a modded server and PC, bury a code lock with enough nails to rebuild all your doors that you need to build. So say you're allowed on the server 10 code lock doors. Then what you would do is you would bury arguably 300-ish nails with 10 code locks. So if you do get hit with a sharpening stone, with a saw, with a hatchet, so if you get hit, you can rebuild really quickly. The other thing I always do on modded servers is I build some doors that I don't put code locks on. So if you do get hit, when one of you logs in, base has been taken, we've lost most of our loot, rather than having to build everything from scratch, all they have to do is dig up the code lock supply and lock off 2 or 3 doors. And the base is secure again. And then in slow time, replace the other 8, 7 doors that need replacing. Then build 2 more doors that don't have code locks. Job done. Because you can't blow a door that doesn't have a code lock on it on a modded server. So use that to your advantage. The other thing that can be worth doing is your outer door and the door behind it, leave them half made. Make it look like you've been raided. Often people, if they think you've been hit, won't even bother. What's the point? You don't have the loot they need. Go nomad. Live out of a tent. Don't even worry about a flag. And don't pick known base buildings. So people like to live in castles. Obvious reasons. Though that'll change after 1.23 because the castle layouts are changing. Which we'll probably have a look at tomorrow on a live stream. Tomorrow? I'll be having a look tomorrow on a live stream. You guys would have already seen it up there on a live stream. Or by the time that you watch this, 1.23 will be out and you'll know anyway. But people like to live in castles. So, unless you've got a big team, and you've got the ability to get on a regular basis and build that castle base, there's probably no point. All you're going to end up doing is getting hit all the time. That being said, because you know people like using castles, always recce the castles that are near you to work out whether there are other people that you can take out. I always aim to raid my neighbours. I tried to get onto a server on White Day. We try and build within the first weekend, get the flag up at least and get a door in. And then we make it our mission, if we've got the explosives, to raid our neighbours. Because you don't want people living near you. We've got as a team our favourite type of building to build in. And we've practiced building in it many times. So we know how to, when we get into that building, how to quickly establish a secure building. I mean, to secure ourselves takes one door and one wall. And internally in the building, we can fit about 10 code lock doors, which limits us being raided no end, because it would take a lot of explosives to get in, and we upgrade them to metal as quickly as we can. Okay, let's hope searching this place, this side, gets us what we need without having to push into that side. So there is military down here, not a lot, a little bit of military here. Sometimes police, but there's some industrial buildings over there and there. Some farm industrial, sorry. Military tent. Today, you shall be empty. Okay. Take the Pioneer mag. It's got some 5.56 in it. Just a barrel. There we go. That's what we really wanted. We will search the rest of the buildings this side in case we get any more. But I think that is potentially the flag done. Marnot dagger every time. A lighter as well. Quick change that mag before we get dead man's click. Search that body to start with. It's furthest out. And push back. Wow. That's quite big. Another bandage. Really useful. Another SSG mag. Never live in these barns unless you've got a big team. I'll explain why once we've searched it. So unless you block off those gaps at the top, people can crawl through them, which is the last thing you want. Box of 2.2 ammo, take that. So let's push for home. No space for it? No space for it. Okay. Fairly long run home, but we should have enough now to get the flag up. Oh, we did have space for it. We could have stuck the Ujumi flip on our back, but that's life. Then we can start our push far south once we've loaded up on gear, and we can go on an adventure. So it'll be a route down, slowly down to Toplin, and then up the far side of the map. We'll need to arm up as we go, because we're going to need better weapons if we'll be in bear territory. So we're going to need an AK or M16 that's in reasonable nick. And we'll be aiming for, I believe it's Pollyanna, because it has, for whatever reason, the game thinks it's in it's a military zone. So you tend to find more military stuff there in just a normal town without having to push into a military zone. But a lot of players know it. And the reason we started off with Livonia is Livonia is my favourite map. I live in the southwest of the UK, and at times Livonia reminds me of home. How's our footwear? Fine. Recaps. Another water bottle. Don't really want hunter pants that are white. How many slots? 24. Troll pants, yeah, stay with the troll pants. I don't go too far off track. I'm running the wrong way. That might be interesting. No, I think we're going across that way, aren't we? Out of the way, start working through some food. So when you start off and you're hungry all the time, you do eventually get to this point where you've got the food. If possible, I keep my bottles as suppressors for the rifles. Running for a while now. We've upped our food, we've upped our energy levels, though we don't have much stamina because we've got so much heavy gear on us. Need to change the battery on my brake. Battery changed. The civilian equivalent of changing a magazine. Or civilian UK. If you're watching from most other countries in the world, you'll have access to firearms. And that's not fair. You can shoot in the UK. I think it's a myth that we don't have any firearms or access to any firearms. There are a lot of firearms in the UK. But there has to be a reason for them. You can't just go into a gun shop and buy a gun because you want one. You need to have a reason to shoot it and various checks in place to be able to own it. But you can own in the UK 50 cals if you've got a reason to shoot it. I think we came in the wrong direction, didn't we? I think that's there, yeah. So we are going the right way now. Yeah, we came in a big circle, didn't we? That's alright, we found some good gear. We'll get it home and then we'll sort our lives out. Got a long run. You can shoot M4 either as a single shot, or if you move to 2-2 long, you can fire M4 platforms in 2-2 long. You can own them. They're used in competition shooting. I went to a range in the UK about 6 years ago for my birthday, took a friend, and we shot M4 and 2-2 long. You can deer hunt in the UK. You can shoot fox, you can shoot rabbit, you can have shotguns. But again, they need to be licensed. So if you wanted to shoot deer, you'd have to have a reason for deer control. You'd have to have an armoury to hold the rifles in of the correct calibre for UK law. And I believe now you also have to pass a deer control exam. I'm not 100% sure on that one. I grew up in a shooting world, but I don't shoot anymore. Mainly based on the fact that I don't own my own house. So for me to be able to shoot, I would need my landlord to agree to me having a gun cabinet, which is a difficult conversation. And they often won't let you. But once I can afford to buy a house, which will happen within the next few years, I will be shooting again. Probably practical rifle or practical shotgun, which is your M4 and 2-2 long, or shotgun with shot shells of probably of low caliber to allow you to have more than 3 in the chamber. But I'm quite interested in doing practical rifle. And practical rifle is your more military orientated targets and the move down the range, popping at targets, and rather than static lying on a position shooting. Doesn't overly interest me. I like something a bit more practical. this town and then on to the next one, and then we'll be home. I think. We won't get involved in this town. We've got the stuff we need. We'll throw the shovel away if we need to. Actually, we don't need it. We're only bringing the cam net home to show you how that can be used on a door. Now we have to next episode, realistically, we're going to have to go weapon hunting, I'm guessing. And a better rucksack. Because we won't be using 2-2 anymore. We'll be switching full time to rifles of 5.45 or above. Maybe an MP5 for Zeds. Never say no to a box of nails. We don't need them now. Not in the way that we did. Be good to get our base built, get the flag up and start protecting things, and then we can talk base security or base layout. The other thing I would suggest that you do as a team or a player is get used to, as I said before, always having things in the same place. I don't at the moment because we're just running around doing stuff, but when we go off on our bimble, then everything will be in its place. And in your base, always trying to have defined areas. Makes life a lot easier. Like, have a barrel that's, or a sea chest that's for ammo only. If you're a team, 3 or 4 person team, a barrel for ammo, pretty good. If you're solo, a sea chest will do the job. Have something that's got food in and meds. So have a kitchen area. And then look at clothing area and then a weapon area. It's a lot easier when you die and you get home or you're being raided and you know exactly which item is in which area. Why we're still searching. We're not just run for home. Because that in its damage might be enough. We've got that, we've got the sledgehammer, and we've got the other one that's very damaged. Hopefully that'll get us our 12 rocks. And then we're done. About to find out though. That would then give us 3 episodes to get down to the final town. I need to show you. And we can start looking at big military. And we'll move out with things like a fishing rod on us, and we'll cook in the field. Carry Puri tabs. Upgrade our rucksack. Try and get plate and a better helmet, or a helmet that's not so knackered. Right, when we run in, there's a fair chance we're going to bump into the undead. And we're going to use up pistol, so we're not going to be taking pistol on our adventure. We'll take the 2 rifles to start with, and then upgrade as we go. Can't be that much further from home now. There we are. Oh, it's taken us an hour to find that last stuff that we needed, which is nice. We should be able to get the flag up in half an hour. As long as this is enough items, and if it's not, I think we will, you understand the principle of it, we'll probably push for the final part of this series. That will still leave us 4.5 hours to get there. Plenty of time. We'd do it in an hour and a half if we ran direct, but we're not going to. We're going to move down the map. And do survival on the way down through. Practice some other skills, make some improvised shelters, that sort of thing. Just checking because things might have respawned. Hit the bandages. So, our food's gone. So now you can gather. Suddenly, look, tomatoes. Gather. I'm not going to carry them all. Gather zucchini. Drop some of these supplies off. The food, certainly. We need to start to fill up rocks. So we need to kill the Zeds around the place. So, cam nets. Walk up to your wall. You've got a cam net slot there. Cam net on. Job done. You need to free up as much space as possible for carrying what we want to carry. I don't like to put things on the floor unless we have to. Okay. So if we move that ammo to there, that knife in there. I think we're probably now out of space, so maybe eat that rice. That'll free up some space to put these in. Wait, that one. Limited ammo on that. Let's eat the rice. Don't really want to store anything in there because we will be burning once we finish this lot. So that up there, that on the floor, that on the floor, that on the floor. We'll load that one fully up. That there. Okay. So we're going to start off this with the axe, then the sledgehammer, and then if that's not enough, the other axe. So we'll take that axe in our hand. We'll move up to the rock. Okay, we're not being followed by the undead. We're not. And do this till it's broken. That's got a few. Gone. Next one. We'll use a sledgehammer up. It's all we can use it for. Doing better than I expected with the sledgehammer. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So potentially 2 more, and we're there. I've got my timings right. We'll carry that back and we'll see. Look at that. So now, build support. Now we need 3 logs, 60 nails, piece of rope, and wire. That one's badly damaged, but we're never going to use it again. Let's put it in here. It's going to be under protection anyway. Good. So we need a box of nails. There. We're going to need the to build it. When we get to build it, we're going to need the axe. That one. Sure. We need wire. We're going to need rope. We're going to need the flag. And we're going to need 3 logs. We're putting the things that we know we need. That one. That one. That one. Go get some logs. Need a little fire when we get back there, so we'll take that one. So we've done base building. We've nearly got flag up. The basics of base building. Growing flowers, growing food, sorry. We've done quite well for a first season so far. Lot of work involved in vanilla base building solo, as you can see. Awful lot of work involved in getting all the goods, getting everything you need. And it's so easy to raid vanilla. 5 grenades, I think 5 or 7 grenades, or machine gun fire at the bottom of the gate. Lots of machine gun fire, but certainly machine gun fire. But if you're covert and you build in the right location, off the beaten track, it can make you secure. Got 2 logs in the burning one. Yeah, it's a burning one. Ready for a fire when we need one. 1 more log. Then we can get that flag up. And life becomes better. And there's a mushroom on the floor. That's nearly dead, but doesn't matter anymore. We're going to go and have a look at some points of interest. starting the next episode as we make our way south up the map. Sounds wrong, but in that direction. Into bear and wolf territory. Hatchet in hand. Build flagpole. On flagpole. Hatchet away. Flag on. Raise flag. Now, this tent has a little white flag next to it. These tents do. Gate does. And everything with a little white flag won't despawn. Basically. Okay. Put that in there. Put that in there. Ignite that barrel. Burn the rubbish. Burn that as well, so we're never going to use it again. We're never going to use that again. Not going to use that. And that there is your basic base. Personally, if this was me, I would build like maybe this area here as a kitchen. I'd put the fire barrel up. Is that open out or inwards? It opens outwards. Okay. So yeah, I put the fire barrel here maybe. I'd put next to it probably another barrel that was just going to be food and meds. I'd then move maybe this corner. I'd turn it into a barrel for ammo and a barrel for weapons. And then this corner, a barrel for other things, outside building supplies. But everyone's slightly different on what they do and how they set things up. But that will be it for this episode. Next episode, we'll start the march out and exploring the map. Thanks for watching. See you all again soon.